my expectations prior to going to India? 1,000,001. Everyone who I told I was going on the trip had something different to tell me. Some people told me how exciting it would be. Some people asked me why I was going to make sure I didn't come back sick. You know, before we left, we had to get all these different shots and injections and inoculations. So they were, you know, giving us all the health warnings, all the travel warnings about, you know, don't get sick, don't eat the ice cubes, don't drink the tap water. So, you know, I kind of had some, you know, some fears, like, you know, what am I getting myself into? But, you know, I kept a good spirit about it, and, you know, I had the hope that I would go on a great trip of a lifetime, and I'm glad because that's what it turned out to be.
I didn't get homesick. Since I had Skype on my phone, it was a little easier, so I got to see my nephews, I got to see my sister and my parents. So that made it easier. The people that were there made it a lot easier. Like the students were so nice to us, so I felt like we were building relationships with them, so it was a little easier not to miss the relationships I had here.
My expectations differ from the actual experience just because what people told me didn't happen to be true. And the people were really nice. It didn't smell over there. The food wasn't that bad. And it's just different. So you just really got to experience things for yourself or listen to somebody that actually been to the country before you judge it.
My interactions and my experience with the students from HR College was amazing. They were very nice and they were very hospitable. They welcomed us into their house with like warm hearts, open hands. They treated us like we were family, and it made us feel good because the people in America don't even treat us the way that they treated us. So it was a very warm experience.
I definitely would recommend a trip like Study India program or any other kind of program from study abroad, just because you can listen to the stories, you can see the photos, you can watch the video, and you'll never get exactly what you got if you're actually experiencing it.
So today we visited Project Chirag. In Hindi it means the Light Project. It's been, the entire trip has been a very humbling experience. Day after day we keep on coming across so many things that we take for granted. And being here for the 8th day now, it grinds on all of your senses. India is a place that is just an abundant sensory overload. It is a place of smells and feelings and sights and colors that really tend to get to you. We went to the electrification project today, and we saw a tiny little village, people living in what in essence are mud huts that have solar panels on the roof installed and worked on by some of the students from HR College. The families that are there make do as best they can with what they've been given, and for what it's worth, they're content. They're happy with what they have. At times I wish those that are home and complaining all the time would have an experience like this just to really see how well off they do have it.
I was surprised to see such diversity in a country where we assign a certain stigma, or for people in the country where America has assigned a certain stigma or stereotype, and like you have just one image of people because you never really go deeper into the culture. You don't delve into it at all. So just to see so much diversity in religion, in language, and attitude, and style, everything, but yet still be so harmonious in their living was just so surprising, and it was very refreshing.
My fondest memory of the trip was going to the Taj Mahal. I had always seen pictures of it, but seeing it up close was an experience of a lifetime. And my least favorite memory of the trip was the food. I struggle a lot with the food, and I did find some things that I liked, but overall it wasn't as successful as I thought it would be.
I didn't really have any issues with the food in India. I was eating almost everything. I actually had a contest with Craig about eating chilies, and I won, but it wasn't a good challenge because my mouth was on fire.
You know, I've talked about this throughout the trip the whole time, and it's kind of just the idea that just because there's poverty in the world, it doesn't mean that things have to be miserable. And you know, I've experienced that over and over in India. People who just, even if, like, there's such a big gap between the rich and the poor, but even the people that we experienced that were wealthy, they were trying to make a difference. And so that's kind of different from than our stance here sometimes. It's like we have money, so we need to worry about ourselves, whereas there was like we have money, so we need to help everyone. And that's one of the main things I kind of took from it. You know, if I can give some money, if I can take an hour out of my day to do something nice, why not? You know, I have everything else, and compared to what everybody else has in the world. So that's one of the biggest things that I definitely took back with me, and I would do it again if I had to.
I would like to share to anyone and everyone that listens to this video and that comes and asks me later. If you ever have a chance to visit India, particularly Mumbai, please do. It's such an enriching experience. It's unlike anything that you could imagine, and honestly, it's just so humbling. And you know, the quality of people that I got to meet on my trip of just 2 weeks was so amazing, and I know anyone that goes there won't regret going. You're always gonna get something out of a trip like the one that we just had to India. So go to Mumbai.